Hi everyone, this is Krishika.
This is Dhanesh, and today we'll talk about vocal warm-ups. So, Krishika, I think you've been learning for how long now?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. Would you call yourself as somebody who took singing, took to singing naturally?
No, not at all.
Okay, why do you think so?
Because what what's your definition of to singing?
Like sometimes
naturally?
I see people who can just sing anything without having to practice it. So you play them a song and they start singing as if they have sung the song many times. So was that someone you were when you started?
No, I had to practice a lot of times. It was practice runs one after the other to get used to it.
Okay. Uh, the same was the case with me, which is
Yeah.
why I wanted to ask, because I know many people struggle with the same issue where you can't really start singing correct notes
Yeah.
right from the beginning. Even if you start singing correct notes, you don't feel like you're hitting the right pitch because maybe the song is in a different range and you're singing in a different range. So, yeah, this is why I wanted to discuss this topic of warm ups. So, why do you think this happens? Why is it that your voice is not able to hit a note directly? You might have had some experience, right?
Yeah, I think when you're a beginner singer, I think one of the things that contribute to it is less experience, which is normal, obviously. Um, but I personally do vocal warm-ups because we have very delicate muscles in our voice and they can be strained if you don't treat them properly. Like if you try to hit a high note or a note that, okay, instead of high note I'll say a note that isn't in your comfortable range, um, your voice can be damaged. I think maybe some of you might have tried, and I know we both have. You try to sing a note and then after your practice session your voice is very
Gone, yeah.
yeah.
It's good you brought up that point because I have certainly experienced it many times where if without adequate warm up, if I try to sing a song that is beyond my comfortable vocal range, I've seen that I've strained my voice sometimes.
Yeah.
And then I find it difficult to sing for a few days. So, which is why I think warm up is a great place to start. Good, you brought up the point about muscles because I personally believe in this. Singing, just like guitar playing or playing any other instrument, feels more like a physical thing for me.
Yeah.
I know that when we sing, when we listen to people sing, we never think of it that way. We don't think that they are actually doing something physical because for us, the first source of that sound is oral, so we don't really see them doing much physical work other than moving their lips.
Yeah.
But inside, definitely, there's a lot going on in your throat. You know that vocal cords have to more contract and expand in a certain way for the voice to actually come out.
Yeah.
Because singing is just your breath, the exhalation that's coming out, it's being transformed into voice and then different pitches being hit that way. So, yes, warm ups have helped me a lot. When it comes to warm up, what kind of things do you like to do?
I always start off with closed mouth exercises. So
Why is
humming. One second.
It's okay, take your time.
Yeah.
I know why we do that. I
Yeah.
just want to hear your perspective. Like, have you ever thought about it? Why do you start
No,
with
I
closed mouth
haven't. It
exercises?
just works for me.
Okay. When you say closed mouth exercises, I'm sure you're talking about humming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I personally feel the closed mouth exercises help because you're not really putting any strain on your voice
Yeah.
at that time. Your major resonator is your nose because everything is coming out of your nose. But at the same time, the act of a simple exercise like humming, I think it warms up everything around your jaw and your lips
Yeah.
which are the muscles which are going to be used when you say different things or try to hit different tones.
Mm.
At the same time, it also keeps your voice relaxed, and it slowly builds up to the tension that it's going to go through. That's probably my understanding of why the closed mouth exercises work for um, vocal warm-ups. I
Yeah.
would love to hear your thoughts if you have any on that topic. Other than humming, are there any other exercises that have helped you when it comes to just, let's say you just got up and you want to sing in an hour's time? What would you do?
So after humming, I normally just play a Tanpura drone.
Okay.
You could use a piano or even a guitar.
Yeah.
I set it at my comfortable pitch. For
Yeah.
me, that is G. So I set it on G and I just sing sa on it.
Okay. So you mean something like this?
Yeah.
So a drone is any note that's ringing in the background. So yeah, what it does is it keeps your, I would say it makes your ears accustomed to the tonal center of what you're trying to hit. So for a song, if it is in the key of G or C, the drone helps your ears to understand or recognize where you have to be with most of your notes,
Yeah.
so that you don't go out of pitch or out of scale. So any drone like this for G.
Yeah, it plays 3 notes and
Yeah, so you have a drone running like that and you hum on top of it, and then you also sing the tonal center of it, which is the sa.
yeah.
So can you give me an example of how you generally do it?
Sa. So you just
Yeah.
sing it.
So this is a good way of not just getting your vocal cords ready to sing, but also getting your ears used to the tonal center of
Yeah.
the song or whatever you're going to practice that day. And it's always a good thing to practice in one key um, for some time, at least until you get comfortable with that, and then you can switch to different keys. So great. I think this is a topic that can be covered in more detail.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about on this. I would love to hear your thoughts if you have any. And yeah, so we'll keep expanding on this, and we'll keep covering more exercises that you can do, starting with closed mouth exercises and then moving on to other ways of getting warmed up to sing, taking care of your voice as such. So I'm sure Krishika would be able to demonstrate most of those things to us. So yeah, so this was our some short tips on how you can warm up your vocal cords before you start singing. Anything you would like to add to that?
Keep humming. We always hum to songs, right? So
Yeah.
just that's also a way of
Yeah.
warming up.
It's a good point. Humming, you don't need to always just hum for warm up. You can hum anytime. So just make sure that when you're humming, you do it consciously and not just for the sake of it. So yeah, maybe we'll talk about conscious humming in the next video.
Yeah.
So we'll see you there.